Ghislaine Maxwell's going to get COVIDed. I've come up with a new word.
She's gonna kill herself with COVID.
She's going to get COVIDed. Not suicided. Did you hear about what they are doing? Extraordinary stuff they're doing to make sure she doesn't get suicided.
I did.
Not only, get this, not only are they taking the sheets away from her bed, they're making her wear paper clothes.
Yeah. We were just talking about this the night before last, where it was like, oh yeah, she's gonna accidentally kill herself. I mean, it'll just be on that, one time, once every 100 years, when all of the prison staff gets together to have a bake sale. What are the chances?
The cameras stop working.
I was only gone for 3.5 hours. Left her alone in a room full of electrical cords, and
she choked on her paper clothes.
Exactly.
It's insane, this whole COVID thing, man. This whole, I can't even handle it. And you have people who you think are smart people that are just like there's no rational thought, and I don't get it, man. It's troubling. It gives me anxiety and makes me crazy.
Yeah, well, it I don't know. It's very troubling. That's a great word. I'm afraid, man. I'm afraid of people who are afraid.
You know what my brother called it? He called it gaslighting.
Okay,
because
that's probably true to an extent.
Yeah, because it's like there's a reality out there that like you and I see, reality. And their reality is not like our reality, and they're trying to convince us that we are the crazy ones.
But they keep citing like numbers. Whenever they throw out a number, and the numbers that they throw out always change. Like, I don't mean the numbers themselves change. I mean the number that they're going to throw out. Like, it was deaths. How many
Right.
deaths is too many? But this last week, it's been nothing but, oh, look at all the new cases. Look at all the new cases. And I'm like, and I guess it's because I remember what they said at the beginning. I'm thinking, well, that's good news.
Right.
That they're not overburdening the medical staff by and large.
Right.
And our cases are getting up there, so we can have that herd immunity we were looking at. Right. All of these things that we talked about, this is all good news.
Right. High cases, low deaths.
Cases. Woohoo! High cases, low death. Yeah, but they're not saying low death.
Right.
That doesn't come into the conversation. That's just too nuanced because these people haven't died yet.
Right.
All these new cases and those people haven't died yet. See, that's what you need to know.
And you have all these new cases, right? So they talk about, oh my gosh, all these states that opened up too early, like Florida and Texas and Arizona, all these, and that's the reason why they have these new cases, all these surge in cases. And if you say, well, those states had a lot of protests.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, those states were aflame.
Yeah, right. And California too, by the way. California didn't open up too early,
No.
And all these states have something in common. They all had protests 2-3 weeks ago, and they're saying, "Oh no, that didn't cause it. That didn't cause it."
Is anybody saying that? Because I've never actually run across anybody who even mentions it, let alone addresses it.
I actually read an article where they said that they thought that there was a net zero for the protests because it caused people to stay home. They were
That
afraid
is
to go
asinine.
out. Yeah.
That's asinine.
Yeah. Right.
So
But
it caused them to stay home when they could have gone out wearing the mask and social distancing and bought their groceries. But instead, thousands of people have gone out and started spitting and yelling all over each other. That what?
Yeah, so
That
the
doesn't
other,
make any
so the
sense.
other people said, "Oh,
No,
they're rioting
no,
and looting,
no,
so we're not going to go out. We're just going to stay at home."
no. I mean, who says this? Where are you getting this? Who's
I'm
saying?
telling you. And then they conveniently forget. Remember when Georgia was the first to open up? Remember that? Georgia, very first, and they were saying that Georgia was trying to kill people. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
Where's the spike in Georgia? Where's the
Atlanta.
spike? Just Atlanta, but the state itself is
No, the
not part.
state's fine.
The
Atlanta
state's right.
had its protest, and they're getting
Right.
their spike in Atlanta.
Right. But the state itself is not spiking. They're not counted in those states that are having these giant spikes, like Texas and Florida and Arizona and California. It's not.
'Cause it
counted.
doesn't fit the narrative.
Right, right. And then you have the other 46 states. What about the other 46 states? There are states like what, Idaho and Montana that never even closed at all.
Yeah, well,
there's no issues.
of course
No.
they have no issues because they don't fit the narrative, so we don't talk about them. So shut up. I think I'm gonna embrace it. You know, I think I'm gonna really just run with it. And whenever somebody gets wear the mask bigot kind of a thing, I'm gonna jump on their side. I'm gonna be like, yeah, wear the mask because this thing will kill you. There 100%. There's already been 3 million cases of dead people. Those that have died and those that are gonna die. And,
It's so funny, man.
Children, man, this is gonna kill the children. If you don't wear your mask, you're gonna bring that virus home, kill your children. Every old person in the county's gonna die because of you bigot.
This whole thing this whole thing cracks me up, man, because they're like, "Oh my gosh, 500,000 people have died in the world." 500,000 people have died in the world. Really? 500,000? Do you realize how many people there are in the world? There's
No,
7.5 billion people in the world.
they do not understand, dude. Okay, this is a problem I have with the emotional reactions on the left all the time, because when they start talking about look at how many how many square miles of pollution there are over the course of a year or whatever, blah 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 blah, and then you go, do you know how many square miles there are in the Sahara Desert? You don't have a clue, let alone how big the face of the earth is.
Right.
These people have no idea, right? They think the planet's going to die if they don't cut the little loops in their little six-pack rings. Not realizing how big the damn ocean is, because I mean, it's like,
What do they say though? There's a floating plastic pile in the middle of the ocean that's as big as like Rhode Island or something.
well, no, they were saying it's like the size of a continent. Somebody said the size of a small
continent.
continent.
A small
Yeah.
continent. What's the
And I
small
was like-
continent?
And I'm like, no, show it to me, because they have like those big piles of plastic. You can see there's pictures of them and stuff like that.
Right.
And if you see it, I say go out there and fish it out. I'm not saying let's poison the ocean or anything, but let's not blow it out of proportion. I can see in this photo the entire thing,
Right.
which tells me it's not even the size of a good sized island. So don't come at me with this like, it's like 100 and something miles across. It's like I can plainly see that it's not.
I can see the ends of it. Where are you taking this picture from? From space?
That's a good camera because it can read the label of these giant bottles of plastic.
I don't get it, man. These people, they're like, oh, the Earth it's dying and whatever. You know what? The Earth is going to be here, long after we're gone, right? So if what it is what it is the Earth is getting hotter, so it's gonna kill us, right? Wouldn't they be happy about that? Isn't that what they want? That we all be gone so that the Earth can heal, so Gaia will be happy again, you know?
See, that they don't want to admit it to themselves, right? But everybody who's so worried about the environment is really more concerned about how the environment affects us, which is cool. I mean, that's valid, but they never phrase it that way. They never say, "Save the world because I don't want to die,"
or your kids don't want to die. You know, right? People will adapt, right? If it gets too hot, people will just move away from the equator.
No. It's not like that's ever happened before.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think the Earth has ever
moved from the ice age.
And I'm pretty sure the Earth has never cooled before. I think this is the first climate change that mankind has ever experienced. And it just so happens to be happening right at the time of COVID-19, and that's going to kill us all too. What's going to get us first, man? What's going to get us first? The 100% death rate of COVID-19 or the 100% death rate of global warming? I mean, global climate change. Hurricanes are bad, and every time there's a hurricane that's bad, you know that's because of climate change. You know that.
Except there's fewer hurricanes every year, so it's like,
yeah, but they're really
and the
bad.
ferocity is less too than it has been. So,
but people are dying. Don't you care? What about the children?
You know, I'm thinking about moving to Florida, man, and or the Carolinas, man. I'm gonna move right into the hurricane. Everybody, if you want to see more of these, subscribe and like, comment.
Do we do that still? Oh, my mom's already subscribed. I don't know if anybody else is going to watch this.
We get a few views.
Yeah.
We usually get up to like 10, 15.